Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beck. For those of you who don't know me, I am a third year nursing student from Western Australia. I have just completed my final exams for my degree and I have 2 more placements left before I graduate. Today I'm going to be doing a what's in my nursing kit at home video and what I recommend nursing students get for their clinical bags or for their at home kit or just their nursing kit in general. Let's just clear this up really quickly. Yes, I'm sick again. If you watched my practical exam day video, I was sick then and now I've gotten sick again, so that's always fun. So please ignore my little raspy voice and my occasional sniffles because you can't help that and I don't want to be letting you guys down by not filming. So let's jump straight in and I'll show you what my whole case looks like. Okay, I've had to move spots because the lighting is absolutely killing my vibe. First up are stethoscopes. Good old trusty stethoscopes. I would definitely recommend getting a stethoscope for your kit. My mum's one is this one. For those of you who don't know, my mum's a nurse and I steal all of her stuff, so it's a Littmann stethoscope and it is great. It is the best stethoscope, there's no doubting it, and I love it and I steal it all the time. And when I first started my nursing, my grandparents gave me theirs. So my grandma was also a nurse and my granddad was an ambulance officer. So this stethoscope is quite old, but it's a prestige medical stethoscope and it still works a treat, and it got me through nursing school before I stole my mum's. It doesn't really matter the quality or the price. If you can afford it, definitely go to Littmann, straight out, 100%. I'm not even gonna lie, they're worth it. But if you can't, then that's not a big deal. You can go and get a prestige medical one. You can start off with anything and work your way up. Hint at your family for a graduation present. Next is a blood pressure cuff, a sphygmometer, I think these are actually called. I can't pronounce medical things. It's just one of my downfalls, so yeah. A lot of people don't get these for nursing school, but I find number one, having it at home and having it in my nursing kit is so helpful, because if I have a family member who's not feeling well, I do their blood pressure and it's such a good indicator of their condition. So important to not get comfortable with the automatic machines and always know your manual. You can pick them up on eBay for 20 bucks I think as well, so they're not that expensive. Next is a blood glucose monitor. This is literally just because my mum has it. All of this stuff in here is my mum's technically. She accumulated it over her nursing degree and over her years nursing, so I just borrow it and claim it as my own. Sorry mum. So she's just got little ones like that, and it's got the strips that you can get online or on eBay or anything like that. So these little guys, just the little blood sugar strips. We also have the little stabbing things, so your finger prickers, I don't know what these are called actually. They're just stabbies. And then you can get the little lancelets, so that's another thing I have in here. These little guys are just the little needles and they go into the machine like so. I'm not going to do it because you take that off. You put them in and then you pop that back on and then pick the setting you're gonna, the setting of thickness you're gonna prick the finger with, and then you prick. And I'm not diabetic, no one in my family is diabetic. We just have it because, again, if any of our family members are feeling unwell or any of them faint or feeling like they haven't eaten, we just do it to monitor it and kind of just to practice as well, because it's just good experience to be able to know how to do it. These definitely are not necessary for nursing students or nursing school or anything like that. Do not stress, you do not need one of these. You have them at uni, you get taught how to do this at uni, all of that. So don't stress, we literally just have it because I think mum bought it off eBay for 20 bucks. Next is a random little stool specimen jar. I have no idea why we have this. Absolutely no clue. Little scooper picks up the poop and pops it in there. They're handy to have. And then we also have a little oximeter. Again, this isn't one of those things that's necessary for your nursing kit at all. It's actually quite handy. So you just put it on your finger and it tells you your oxygen and pulse rate once it comes up. Oh, 110 beats per minute. Damn. This is really good because now I know my resting pulse. Like my resting pulse is 58. My resting pulse is about 58 and my oxygen is 99. So now my pulse is 88. 79. I'm guessing that original reading wasn't right. I do not go off these at all ever for heart rate. I always do my heart rate manually. This is just a good little indicator for oxygen. And again, this one is not necessary for nursing school at all. And then we also have thermometers and alcohol wipes. So we have 3 for some reason, 2 of which don't work. Don't know why we still have them, but pretty much everyone has a thermometer in their household if they have kids. But we have them because they're great and they're really good. Same thing, just having them is great. Okay, next is test strips for doing a urinalysis. They're your little dipsticks that you dip into urine, and it's got your specific gravity, leukocytes, bilirubin, ketones, glucose, blood, pH, protein, urobilirubin, I think it is. I'm pretty sure you can pick them up off eBay as well, but yeah, we just got them because they're expired. And to be honest, we really don't use them much. Another item that definitely isn't necessary for nursing students. Next, we have a good old trusty tourniquet. If you saw my tips and tricks for studying, or my study tips video, I don't even know what I called it, but you'll see that we have these literally all over the house. Like, we're surfing a lot, we're adventuring a lot, we're doing water sports a lot. My brother's a free diver, and so in Australia obviously we get sharks, and if you're in a shark attack situation and your leg gets bitten off, chuck a tourniquet on for a bit. I know there's lots of research about tourniquets and their use at the moment, but if I was in a situation where I had someone's leg being bitten off and they were bleeding to death, I would definitely use tourniquet. We then have these little alcohol wipes, so these are kind of great for everything. So anytime that we do take them over to like my brother's house when he's sick or anything like that, we always wipe everything down afterwards to make sure that we're not spreading germs. So we have them in here. Okay, so the next one is a bit random and definitely not necessary but helpful, and that is a ads chart. I'm not sure if this is an Australian thing or a West Australian thing, so can you please comment and let me know, is this what you use? I'll insert like a photo of it so you can see it better, but basically it's like a scoring system. So you score on respiratory rate, oxygen saturation, oxygen flow, heart rate, blood pressure, temperature, and their consciousness, and you give them a score, and based on that score is whether they need any interventions or not. So yes, I have one of these from when I was in my first year. If you have something like that, I would definitely recommend getting one. Next is a little pen torch. I have one of these because again, they're really helpful if you have someone who's knocked their head. My brother rides motocross and he has falls all the time, so if he has a fall, we go over and check his pupil reaction to see if he's got concussion. So that's the main purpose of these, and that is handy to have. I mean, obviously we use our torch on our phone because it's the same principle, but this is good but handy and good for placements. So this is probably one of those ones that I would get and I would recommend. Next is the little piece of paper. So this is just a standard one from a either placement I did that I photocopied or from mum's work, one of mum's works, but it's just for the urinalysis. So you document if you've got any findings in the urinalysis. So you do these at the hospital. Usually when you do a urinalysis, you will document it like this and then send that off with pathology or pop it in the doctor's notes. So yeah, that is everything in the case that I have at home for my nursing. Like I've said, the only things that I would recommend to have in your nursing kit, and I've kind of already gone over this in my what to bring to placement video. I'll pop a card up here if you haven't seen that. I go over everything that I take to placements with me, so check that out. But the only things that I would recommend to get is a stethoscope, a blood pressure cuff, a manual one, and thermometers are great, and a pen torch. And the charts if you're having an exam or anything like that, they're definitely helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. I've got videos on day in the lives of placement. I've got videos on study routines, practical exam day, how that went. In the future, I will be doing other videos like how to study pharmacology and pathophysiology. That's probably my most requested video. And yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe, and please genuinely comment how you score vitals in your hospital or on your wards or at nursing school, because I'm really curious to know if this is a universal thing or whether it's just an Australian or West Australian thing. Yeah, that'd be cool. And I'll see you in my next video. So catch ya.